What's going on, guys, in Chiefs Kingdom? It's time to do our record prediction for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2023. Give my game analysis and my thoughts, see which games I think the Chiefs will win and which games I think the Chiefs will lose. So before I give you my record prediction for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2023, don't forget to put the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down in the opinion below to see how well you think the Chiefs are gonna do. Do you think they're gonna make the playoffs? Do you think they're gonna win division, or do you think they're gonna come in second or third in division? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. So now the Chiefs are coming off, their Super Bowl appearance, the reigning Super Bowl champs. And my question is, will they repeat? Who knows? So starting off week 1 on opening night, Thursday Night Football, they got to play against the Lions at home. I think the Lions are going to be a good team this year. But if this game's in Detroit, I might go the Lions here. But I think the Chiefs, win this game on the opener because I just kind of really feel like that the Chiefs are the more complete team. They have the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. And I think they're going to do enough offensively to secure the line of scrimmage, control time possession in this game. So, yeah, and I think Mahomes is going to make some magic here. So, yeah. I really don't have faith in the Lions defense to at least slow down Mahomes. So that's pretty much why I think the Chiefs win this game. Next game, week 2, they have to play against the Jaguars. Obviously, this is a divisional round rematch. Now, this is a game that can go either way, but at the same time, I think this is a game where I think Kansas City can win. Now, most people could definitely pick Kansas City to win because they're a better team. Most people are picking Jacksonville, but I'm just going to go ahead and just say that I'm going to pick Jacksonville to win this game because I just kind of feel like Jacksonville is going to get the revenge because, they lost to the Chiefs 2 straight in a row. And on top of that, I just kind of really feel like that Trevor Lawrence is going to make some magic here in Jacksonville. And I feel like he can do enough to make some plays against your defense, especially with the receivers they have with Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, especially Evan Ingram, and also they got Travis Etienne as well. So Jacksonville's offense is pretty much underrated, and I think the defense is pretty much underrated. I think they can definitely give the Chiefs offensive issues. So, yeah, I think this game will be super close, and it will be a shootout, but I think Jacksonville finds a way to win in a sneaky upset. But I like to say Kansas City is a better team from a talent standpoint and have a better quarterback and better coaching staff, but I think Jacksonville is going to pull it off. All right, the next game, week 3, they got to play against the Bears. Obviously, they bounced back and beat the Bears. Bears, they're not that good of a team. I mean, Justin Fields is extremely raw, and we know Spagnuolo is good at confusing mobile quarterbacks. So I think at the times, he can find a way to at least blitz like Justin Fields, especially with the defense they have. And also the Bears, defense is not really good. So Kansas City should have success moving the football against them. So, yeah. And on top of that, the Chiefs have a better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home, and they're a more complete team. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. All right, the next game, they have to play against the Jets on Sunday Night Football. Now, this is another game that can go either way. Now, most people are kind of picking the Chiefs to win because most people are kind of picking the Jets to win because of their talent. But I think they can definitely match up well with the Chiefs really good on paper because I think their defensive line is pretty solid. I think they can definitely give Mahomes some issues, the Chiefs' offense some issues. And I think they can give the Chiefs' defense some issues too, especially with the weapons that the Jets have with Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Mecole Hardman, which he's playing against his former team. And then Randall Cobb, especially the Jets have so many weapons on offense, though. And the Jets have a solid offensive line, too. I think there's a chance they could spread their their defense out. I mean, I understand that this is a team where Aaron Rodgers truly owns, and he has had success against the Chiefs lately. Even though the game's in New York, it doesn't matter though. I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win this game because I think the Chiefs are a more complete team. They have a better coaching staff. I mean, the Jets, I don't have no faith in their coaching staff. I like the talent, their players, but I don't have faith in their offensive coordinator. At least the Chiefs know him, and they have played really well against him. So yeah, but I feel like the Chiefs are gonna find a way to secure the line of scrimmage, and they'll control time possession to keep Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines, and they can and I feel like they can do enough offensively against the Jets defense, which I think their old line is gonna block their front. So I feel like if they block their front, they will have success. So yeah, I think this game will be super close, but I think the Chiefs find a way to win this game. All right, next game, week 5, they play against the Vikings on the road. Now, this is a game that can go either way. Now, I understand that Minnesota is a tough place to play at, and the stadium's underrated. But this is a team where I think Minnesota can win because, Minnesota have the weapons on offense, which I think they can definitely give their defense a tough time. But at the end of the day, even though the game's in Minnesota, I don't think it matters, though, because sometimes Minnesota's not good at home against tough opponents. I know, but I think it will be close and it will be a shootout. But I am going to go with the Chiefs here to win this game because I just think the Chiefs are just a more complete team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. I mean, I don't really have a lot of faith in the Vikings defense. I think the defense is a little bit overrated. So I think Kansas City should be able to move the ball against them. So yeah, and I feel like Spagnuolo's going to have a good game plan to get against Justin Jefferson and all that. So yeah. But I think the only way that Minnesota can win this game is that if Minnesota, can at least control time possession, keep Mahomes on the sideline, which that can allow them to win the game. But I think the Chiefs are going to win because they're just a more complete team. So I think Mahomes can go through a last drive, to keep their defense off the field, keep Kirk Cousins off the field. So yeah, I think it will be super close in a shootout, but I think the Chiefs find a way to survive with the win. Now, next game, they have to play against the Broncos. This is on a short week. So, obviously, I got the Chiefs here to win at home because, the Chiefs are going to be dealing with some learning curve. I mean, the Broncos are going to be dealing with some learning curves. They could have a brand new coach in Sean Payton, which they particularly know. And then, they got a new scheme, a new offense, a new defense. I mean, it's going to be a new culture in there in Denver. So, yeah. So, I think the Chiefs do have their time prepared because it's a short week. So, that's pretty much why I think the Chiefs win this game. And then they play again in week 8. I think they sweep. I think they're going to sweep the season series. I think they're going to sweep the Broncos because the Broncos have not proven to me that they can beat the Chiefs. But I need to see it first because the last time the Broncos have beaten the Chiefs was since a couple years ago when Peyton Manning's the quarterback. But they have not proven to me that they can beat the Chiefs without Peyton Manning. But I don't think Denver's going to be a good team this year. I feel like Russell Wilson's a little bit overrated. And I don't know. They may not have much to play for because I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, though, because I think Kansas City's trying to reach to get that number 1 or 2 seed in the playoffs. So, yeah. And on top of that, the Chiefs, they're just a more complete team, have a better coaching staff, and they have the better quarterback as well. Look, I think Patrick Mahomes is better quarterback than Russell Wilson. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much why I think the Chiefs, are going to sweep them once again. The next game, week 7, they got to play against the Chargers. Obviously, I think they win the first game at home against the Chargers because the Chargers are coming to their stadium. I just kind of really feel that the Chargers, last year they got swept by the Chiefs, and I just don't really know. Andy Reid has had good game plans against this Brandon Staley defense. I think the Chiefs' offensive line can do enough to, control the Chargers' pass rush, and I think Mahomes is going to make some magic here in this game. So, Yeah, I think the Chiefs win this game here. All right, so next game, week 9, they got to play at home in Germany against the Miami Dolphins. But now this game's in Germany. Now this could definitely be the Tyreek Hill revenge game because he's playing against his former team. But this game can definitely go either way. Now some people are picking the Dolphins to win because of the Tyreek Hill revenge game. But if this game's in Miami, I could definitely roll with the Dolphins here. But I think this game right here is going to be super close. It could be a shootout. But I am going to roll with the Chiefs to win this game because I just kind of really feel like that Mahomes is going to be too much for the Dolphins defense. And I feel like he's going to make some magic happening in Germany. And I think Spagnuolo is going to have a good game plan against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. But they need to find a way. Now they need to find a way to contain those guys, especially Tua. Because if they don't find a way to do that, then they're going to get ran on. And then Dolphins might have a shot winning this game. But the only way Miami can win this game is that if they control time possession, keep Mahomes on the sidelines, maybe they'll win. But I think the Chiefs are gonna do their best to keep their defense off the field, make some plays on game-winning drive to keep Tua on the sideline. So yeah, but I think this game's gonna be close, and I think it will be a shootout, and I think it will be a high-scoring game as well. But I think the Chiefs find a way to secure with the win here. So obviously the Chiefs are 8-1, moving to the bye. So after the bye, they get extra time to prepare and watch film, because they have extra. If their player's injured, they get the rest because it's a bye week, and then they gotta play their Super Bowl rematch against the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football. Obviously, this is a game that can go either way. Now, most people are picking the Eagles to win because the Eagles, might want that revenge from that Super Bowl, where they blew that game when the Chiefs, made that field goal. Because the Chiefs did what they did to keep their defense off the field. But if this game's in Philadelphia, I might roll the Eagles. But given that the game's in Kansas City, I am going to take the Chiefs to win this game because I just feel like the Chiefs can do the same. Have proven to me. I feel like the Eagles have not proven to me that they can beat the Chiefs, especially Andy Reid has kind of owned Philly since he's been there. So, yeah, I feel like they can do enough to at least control time possession, keep Mahomes off the field. I mean, they can do enough to control time possession, keep Jalen Hurts off the field and all that. And I feel like their old offensive line can find a way to control their pass rush. And I feel like Mahomes can definitely make some magic here. But I feel like the only way if Philly wins this game is only if Philly, can control time possession and keep Patrick Mahomes on the sidelines. And then their offensive line, controls the Chiefs' pass rush. But I feel like it definitely is a good matchup for Philly because their defense can definitely give Mahomes a tough time. But I just kind of feel like that the Chiefs are going to win because they're at home. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. So, right now, they're 9-1, and they're on they lost week 2, so week 3 they won. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're on a 7-game winning streak so far. Now, week 12, they got to play versus the Las Vegas Raiders on the road. Obviously, some people might pick the Chiefs to beat the Raiders twice, which I can see it happening, but I'm going to say that the Raiders are going to pull off an upset, and I'm going to say they steal a game, though. I'm going to say they split with the Raiders this year. I'm going to say they just lose the first game because literally, though, the Raiders should have had beaten the Chiefs, win one game last year because they nearly beat them, but they only blew that game because Patrick Mahomes made some magic. He came back on that game. And also, I think the Raiders, with the offensive weapons they have, I feel like that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to make some magic, and I just kind of feel like Adams and Renfro is going to be tough to cover. So I feel like the Raiders' offense I feel like Jimmy G and that Raiders offense is going to give them a challenge. Their O-line is pretty solid, so they can do a good job controlling the Chiefs' pass rush. And I think their defensive line is very solid. Maybe they give the Chiefs' offensive line issues. And I think they will control time possession to keep Mahomes off the field. So that's pretty much why I think And also, it's just a division rival game. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think the Raiders win this game. But I like to say McDaniels has had success against Andy Reid's scheme over the past. But I think, against Spagnuolo's defense, I think this is a game where Josh McDaniels gonna have a good game plan. So, yeah. So they're 9-2 right now. Heading into week 13, they gotta play against the Green Bay Packers. I mean, that's a game where I think Kansas City could lose to because Lambeau Field's kind of a tough outing. But I am going to take the Chiefs to win this game here on the road because I understand Lambeau Field's not an easy place to play at, but I'm just saying that the Chiefs are going to beat the Packers on the road because the Packers don't got Jordan Love. I mean, because the Packers don't have Aaron Rodgers. Even if they did, I might roll with the Packers. But even though without Aaron Rodgers, I don't think Green Bay is going to do enough to beat the Chiefs. I think their Chiefs O-line is going to do enough to spread out the Packers, control Green Bay's pass rush, and I think they're going to control time possession in this game. And I think Spagnuolo can do a good job, confusing the young quarterback in Jordan Love because sometimes Jordan Love is really not good against tough teams. But I wouldn't be shocked if Green Bay pull off this upset. But I just kind of feel like if Green Bay can at least do enough to control time possession, control the clock, and keep Mahomes on the sideline, maybe there's a chance they can. But I think Green Bay can definitely match up well with the Chiefs pretty good on paper, which I can see them giving the Chiefs offense some issues. But I kind of really feel like that the Chiefs are going to win this game because I just think the Chiefs are just a more complete team. They have better coaching staff, better quarterback. Yeah, that's pretty much why, but I think it will be close, but I think the Chiefs find a way to win this game. The next game, week 14, they got to play versus the Bills at home. Obviously, I think they beat the Bills here. I think they beat the Bills here at home. I mean, some people are picking Buffalo to win on the road because Buffalo, has the talent on offense to beat them, and they can find a way to move the ball against that Chiefs defense. Because I understand they beat them in 2 regular season games, but I just kind of feel like that the Chiefs, kind of own the Buffalo Bills because the Chiefs have played them really well. But I kind of really feel like that, the Bills defense, I can definitely see Buffalo win this game where I think their defense can give them issues. And then I think that with the offensive weapons they have, they can find a way. Josh Allen can do enough against that defense. So I think that's a game I think Buffalo can win. So, yeah. I mean, the only way the Bills can win this game is that their defense can at least find a way to slow down Patrick Mahomes. And, and then their O-line can find a way to give the Chiefs defense problems. And then they control time possession to keep Mahomes off the field and they can win this game. But I think the Chiefs are going to control time possession in this game and also keep Josh Allen on the sidelines. So I think they can do a good job controlling time possession, controlling the clock, and also to keep Josh Allen off the field. So to win the game. So yeah, I think the Chiefs find a way to win this game. But I say they win maybe by a field goal. But I think it will be super close in a shootout. But I think the Chiefs find a way to win that game. Next game, Monday Night Football. They have to play against the Patrons week 15. That's on Monday Night Football. Now, this is a game that can go either way because I went back and forth and saying that the Patrons are going to pull off an upset because Belichick has success against Andy Reid lately. But that's a game where I think the Patrons can definitely win. But even though it's in New England, I don't think it matters, though. I think this game can definitely be super close, and I think it will be competitive. But I am going to go with the Chiefs to win this game because I just think the Chiefs are just a more complete team. They have a better quarterback, and I just kind of feel like their offensive line can do enough to control the Patriots' pass rush. So, yeah. And I think they're going to control time possession in this game to keep their defense off the field and keep Mac Jones off the field as well. I think Spagnuolo's going to have a good game plan. He can figure out how to confuse Mac Jones and all that. So, yeah, I think this game going to be super close and competitive. But I think the Chiefs find a way to win this game. But I would not be surprised if New England pull off the upset. The only way that New England can pull off the upset is that if their defense can at least get a stop here. If they're like up by like 3 or 4 points. So yeah, that's how I see it. All right, the next game, Week 16, they have to play against the Raiders on Monday. Now, this is actually on a Christmas game. I actually got them splitting with the Raiders. So they win this game right here. Because the Raiders, I don't think they're going to have a little bit much to play for. Because I don't think the Raiders are going to be good this year. So I think there's a chance you could sweep them. But I think they're going to lose one game to them. But I'm just going to say they just beat the Raiders at home, because the Raiders, they always struggle in Kansas City. And on top of that, the Chiefs have the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. They're a more complete team. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. The next game, Week 17, they have to play on the road against the Cincinnati. They got to play against Cincinnati Bengals at home. Now, this is actually on New Year's Eve. Now, this is a game that can definitely go either way, because I kind of went back and forth on this, thinking that the Bengals were going to win because they've proven to me that they can beat the Chiefs. Now, we understand back in the regular season where, it was in the playoffs where the Chiefs won by a field goal. But I'm going to say since they're at home, I'm going to go ahead and say the Chiefs win this game here, because I think the Chiefs, can probably do enough, offensively to like control time possession, control the clock, and keep Joe Burrow off the field. So that's how I see how they're going to win this game. And I think Spagnuolo's going to have a good game plan against Joe Burrow in this game. But I kind of felt that Cincinnati can win this game, but I wouldn't be shocked. The only way I think Cincinnati can win this game is that if Joe Burrow, if the Bengals, if Joe Burrow survives, and then if the Bengals, control time possession and also keeping Mahomes on the sidelines, I think they do have a chance. But I think if this game's in Cincinnati, I might go with the Bengals here. But given that this game's in Arrowhead Stadium and Cincinnati's coming in town, I think the Chiefs find a way to win that game. But I think it will be closer and it will be a shootout like last time. And then finally, last game, Week 18, they play against the Chargers. I kind of really feel like this is a game where I kind of feel like the Chiefs are probably going to get that number 1 or 2 seed. I think they're going to rest their guys because I already know that they already clinched a 1 seed. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Chargers split with the Chiefs, because I feel like the Chiefs are probably going to rest their guys and all that. And I just kind of feel like that, the Chargers, and I feel like Herbert's going to have success against the Chiefs defense. So, yeah, and I think the Chargers defense can do a good job, confusing the Chiefs offense, because they did that 2 years ago. So I think the Chargers can do it right here in this game, where they wish some of these games where they should have beat the Chiefs, because they almost beat the Chiefs in one of these games. But I feel like this year is the year I think Chargers are going to beat them one time. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. Okay, so overall, I have the Chiefs going 14-3. I can see them being as good at maybe 15-2, 16-1, something like that. But I feel like 14-2, 14-3 could be good enough to clinch that 1 seed. 4-2 in division, 9-3 in the conference, 9-0 at home, 5-3 away. That's pretty good. But now, when you look at the schedule of the Chiefs, it's pretty tough, because they have to play the competitive division. They have to play the best division. They have to play the AFC East. They have to play Jacksonville. They play the Vikings. They play the Chargers twice, the Broncos twice, the Raiders twice. They play the Packers and the Eagles and the Bengals. So, looking at this schedule, this is not really an easy schedule. I kind of feel like the Chiefs, if they can lose one more game, maybe they have a chance to draw. If they lose like 1 or 2 more games, maybe they drop to the 2 seed. So, yeah. So, I still have Kansas City winning the division. I just kind of feel like that Kansas City has that hope in them. And I feel like Patrick Mahomes is kind of like the best quarterback in that division. I feel like they're the best team in that division. But if they repeat as Super Bowl champs again, I would not be shocked. But yeah, but this is kind of so yeah, like there's some swing games where I think they can definitely lose to. Like I can see them lose to a game like the Jets or maybe the Vikings. Maybe I can see them lose to the Broncos once. Maybe I can see them lose to the Eagles or maybe the Bills or the Bengals or something like that. Or maybe the Packers. Like those are some swing games they can definitely lose. But I think their floor can be like about like 10 wins this year if, Patrick Mahomes, declines or he's hurt and misses a game or two or maybe more than that, and then the defense declines and the offense declines. But I think 15-2 is definitely going to be their ceiling. I think they can land somewhere from 12 to 14 wins. I'm going with 14 because I think they have a little bit of an easy schedule, but I feel like it's kind of hard in my opinion. So, yeah. So, let me know in the comment section below how you feel and what you think. So, this is Emmanuel Jones from Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.